Well, good morning and welcome to this morning's reflection. I hope that you're able to keep warm because, my goodness, it has been freezing cold. As we begin the reflection this morning, I want to talk about a very beloved hymn, Be Thou My Vision. It's a hymn that has stayed with me since my early childhood, and it was a hymn that my father sang exceptionally well when he was in church, and so it's been part of my life for so many, many years. But today I would like to look at the history of this hymn. Only one missionary is honored with a global holiday, and only one is known by his own distinct color of green. And that missionary was St. Patrick, the missionary to Ireland. Patrick was born in AD 373, and he was born along the banks of the River Clyde in what is now called Scotland. His father was a deacon, and his grandfather was a priest. And when Patrick was about 16, raiders descended on his little town, and they burnt his home to the ground and much of the village. When one of the pirates spotted him in the bushes, he was seized and hauled aboard a ship, and he was taken to Ireland as a slave. And while there, he gave his life to the Lord Jesus. And he said, "The Lord opened my mind to an awareness of my unbelief, in order that I might remember my transgressions and turn with all my heart to the Lord my God." Patrick eventually escaped and he returned home. His family was so overjoyed to see him, and they begged him never to leave again. But one night, in a dream, reminiscent of Paul's vision of the Macedonian man in Acts chapter 16, Patrick saw an Irishman pleading with him to come and evangelize Ireland. It wasn't an easy decision, but Patrick, about 30 at the time, returned to his former captors with only one book, the Latin Bible. As he evangelized the countryside, multitudes came to listen. The superstitious Druids opposed him, and they sought to put him to death. But his preaching was powerful, and Patrick became one of the most fruitful evangelists of all time, and he planted about 200 churches, and he baptized 100,000 converts. His work endured, and several centuries later, the Irish church was still producing hymns, prayers, sermons, and songs of worship. In the 8th century, an unknown poet wrote a prayer asking God to be his vision, his wisdom, and his best thought by day or night. In 1905, Mary Elizabeth Byrne, a scholar in Dublin, Ireland, translated this ancient Irish poem into English, and another scholar put it to music. Shortly thereafter, it was set to a traditional Irish folk song, Slane, named for an area in Ireland where Patrick reportedly had challenged the Druids with the gospel. It is one of our oldest and most moving hymns. Be thou my vision, O Lord of my heart, naught to all else to me save that thou art. Thou my best thought by day or by night, waking or sleeping, thy presence my light. I'm going to play this hymn now, and I'd like you to listen to it in an attitude of prayer, and then continue that prayer into a conversation with God about whatever has come up during this time.